Paul is a guy who truly loves music.
Paul is the calm in the storm.
He's quite tall.
Fantastic, warm human being.
He's very handsome.
Personable, fun, always smiling.
He has great hair.
Very approachable, very genuine.
Operates with respect, support, and fairness. He's an amazing human.
He's very funny.
He's a good guy with very good ears.
He lives in Los Angeles, but he will and always will be a boy from Chicago.
That's pretty much Paul.
God, I first met Paul Broucek. He was dabbling with computers called Fairlights, and we used the Fairlight to show directors how great orchestral music can be. And then we would go and hire real orchestras, and orchestras apparently are still alive.
We met in 1990 when Carl Schaefer, the showrunner for the TV show TV 101, introduced the two of us. We started working together on that show, and that just steamrolled, became fast friends, and created clean Broucek music. And that lasted not quite a decade, and Paul moved on to New Line.
I met Paul almost 30 years ago in May of 1996. We were both hired at the same time to beef up the music department at New Line Cinema. I'll never forget our first, very powerful conversation in which I was able to show him where the bathroom was.
I met Paul early on when I was an independent music supervisor. Paul was just this approachable, kind executive. One particular project that we had, there was a lot of music that was complicated to clear, far too expensive. It was Detroit Rock City, and we had a lot of classic songs in there, but it really helped the movie. And if Paul believed that something was creatively the right direction, he would go to bat for it.
The first big project I think I did with Paul was a little film called Elf. And we talked about what type of music should accompany the fun antics. And he came up with the idea, which I thought was brilliant, of why not some interesting vocalizations like bum, 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 bum. And that became the sound of Elf.
I first met Paul on my first feature, actually, Blade Trinity. He guided me through the process. He was a great partner right away, and then we became good friends.
Paul, for me, has been someone who's definitely a mentor and creates very calm environments to do very intense work. His sage wisdom has definitely rubbed off on me. He's one of the best that have ever done it.
We only worked on two things, Fracture and the Nativity Story. Had a lot of fun and really connected, and he connects with composers, he connects with musicians because he's been a composer, he's been a mixer, he's been a producer.
Once he came on board at Warner Brothers, the two of us were able to work on the 3 Hobbit films. I really owe it to him for sponsoring my citizenship into Middle-earth. He really taught me quite a bit about the intricacies of producing original music for such a massive franchise.
I did my first movie, 300 Rise of an Empire, with Zack Snyder. And Paul would always reach out and make sure I had everything that I needed. And I felt so much support.
He's always willing to sort of go to bat for newer composers.
I'd received a call about Gravity and the need for a film score which didn't sound like a film score. And so I was called in and we started work on this. But then there came this point where Alfonso told the music department at Warner Brothers that he'd like to work with this unknown. And I got to know Paul pretty well on the Lord of the Rings films back in the early 2000s. And because he didn't say no, I got to work alongside Alfonso for many months, and we all ended up having a lovely time at the Oscars. So I'm very grateful to Paul.
We worked most recently on Barbie and Wonka, and we worked on the Harry Potters and Fantastic Beasts in between. What he really cares about are films, and he cares about filmmakers, and he really works tirelessly in support of their vision.
I think that kind of spirit really helped me in my entire career with being artist forward and being smart. It's not always just about spending your way out of the problem, but picking things that creatively make sense and supporting it.
He runs interference for the composer. That's really something that a composer desperately needs when time is running out and resources are getting thin.
He's given me one of my favorite phrases that I quote constantly, which is, let your obstacle become your opportunity.
Paul, I believe, makes decisions from his heart, and that's what I think a great leader does, and that's what Paul does better than anyone I know. He sees the goalpost and gets us through the goal.
I need to thank him for the patience he showed. I had dreamt a score one night, and I went to Paul and I said, for 2 days, I just need a big fuck-off orchestra. And lo and behold, that became 45 minutes of the film score. But sometimes, when the idea was really outlandish, he would sit me down and we would talk our way through the idea until it was sane enough that, there was hope that it could actually work.
His love of music, his passion for the art form, his dedication to the craft, it's incredibly inspiring.
We always felt really great about somebody like that caring about us so much and caring about the music.
He just does know how to spot magic happening and channel that in a way that it has the greatest impact on people.
Paul is so wonderful at translating what I say into language that can be understood by composers and musicians and the like. It's a real gift, and I'm incredibly grateful for that gift and for him.
It was really with Barbie was the first time that, Andrew and I went to work for Paul. He was in the studio with us on the dates. You can just see that's his happy place. I instantly felt a kindred spirit there. It was just sort of the best person you would want in that position.
I got to work with him on Tenet, and Paul came by my studio and we had a nice chat, and loves to talk gear and has a deep knowledge of music and a deep knowledge of film scoring, but also everything around it. And that's one of the things I really appreciate with Paul.
It's so extraordinarily reassuring to have such an important music executive who cares about the musicians and who understands so well the importance of what we studio artists bring to a project.
This music that we work on, these pictures that we work on, they last way longer than us. And I feel like his impact on the people he's worked with helped them have a better impact on all the projects they work on.
You always feel like him being in the room is actually making the recording go better.
He transcends just a normal business relationship. He really thinks at a higher level.
Here he had to go and be the reasonable grown-up. But I really knew there was this anarchy musician lurking underneath all of this, man in suit stuff. In fact, I never saw the man in suit.
It took us hanging out to many times until we found out that he was a tape op on Apocalypse Now. And I remember just being like, this is a very humble dude, because I'd be leading with that story.
Us going in separate directions on the career front and then reuniting never changed our trajectory of friendship. He's my closest friend.
There's so many examples of people that will say, I was his intern and he helped me get the job that I have now. I was a struggling composer and he gave me a shot. He treats everyone with respect, and yeah, 1 in a million.
The highest compliment I can give him is that he protects the music. That's a tough job.
It's important to pay tribute to people who are doing good work.
When we were doing The Dark Knight Rises, you saw these cement trucks and they said, Broucek Cement. Because, of course, we always honor our local boys that have made good.
If you just think about the string of films that he has worked on and how much music that we all love and remember, it's really kind of extraordinary.
I don't think I have ever found an ally in the music world quite like him.
When the lights come on and he's on the stage, it's like no one can keep time or hold rhythm or kick ass better than he does.
Hey Paul, I send you a lot of love and a lot of music for the years to come.
Congratulations, Paul, on receiving the Hollywood Ally Award.
Paul, I can think of nobody more deserving of this award than you.
My congratulations comes from deep within my heart. Always be my ally, and I promise you, I won't fuck it up.
Congratulations on your inspiring career. I love you, brother.
Congratulations to the max.
Congratulations, Paul, on your Hollywood Ally Award.
Paul, I'm so happy to hear you're the recipient of this award.
Congratulations. You absolutely deserve this.
Just want to send you our deepest gratitude and warmest congratulations.
You are such a supporter of all of us, and we love you.
I wish you much love.
It's just a wonderful thing to see that you're getting your just desserts.
Congratulations, Paul, on your award.
It's such a joy to know you, and you just deserve this more than anybody that I know.
Congratulations on the Hollywood Ally Award. All the best.
I send you lots of love and big time congratulations.
Congratulations, dear Paul. We love you.
Thank you, Paul.
Congratulations on this much deserved honor.